JP with Wise Guys Gaming. We're going to take a look at everyone's favorite soldier, Rambo! Nothing is over! Nothing! So we're going to do this right quick. As quick as possible. Usually these episodes last about 30 minutes. I don't want it to last 30 minutes, but we'll see. So, this is John Rambo in his bare bones thing. I don't have anything on him right now other than what it comes with him. There's no added bonus or anything like that. This is just the stock Rambo. Hi, I'm stock Rambo. So this is what you're going to get. Let's talk about his normals. Just go around the list first. Let's go stand the forward punch, your back punch. Both of those are high. High kick. High kick. So all of his standard moves just on his face are high. His jump's pretty good. I like the little stretch on it. His it's pretty much the same thing whether it's 3 or 4, and it does the same amount of damage. Like it's almost the exact same kick. They kind of got lazy on that. Wait a second. Oh, okay. I thought they said one of those was a mid. Yeah. This will be his air-to-air, his jump 2. Nice little air-to-air move. And jump 1 is kind of a maneuver down. So if you're coming for a combo, that's going to be a big deal there. Then you're going to have his moves. Now this is the interesting thing on these. These are all pretty fast. So out of his number 1 moves, all of them are cannot be canceled in special moves and flawless block. That's really good, actually. Of all these, keep in mind the longest startup frame is going to be 18. That's going to be his back one. So back 1, forward 1, down 1. Back 1, that's your 18 framer. This is a big deal. That's your forward 1. And that is, was that 8? 11. And it's a mid. All these are mids. And down 1. Now this is a big deal, I say, because it's really fast. It's a nice little mid, and it also leads to its natural pop-up combo. That's 201 damage off of nada, and he can do that whether you're crouch blocking or not. He can at least make you worry about it. Then you have down 1, which it's okay. It's a down 1. Stop mashing down 1. Next you're gonna have the 2s. Back 2 is 11 frames, 13. So 11 or 13 is the longest of these. I mean, everybody knows that one. Uppercut, uppercut, down 2. There's your back 2, which is your 11 frame, and your 13 frame, which I love. Look how far he advances. So you're right here, you're playing the spacing game, and not that far, but it's pretty far. Like from start, you're not gonna hit. So maybe let's try a step forward. Well, a step forward. Not there. 1, 2. There we go. So about 2 steps forward. And that's good because that's a good combo starter. Like you play around and you, what you gonna do? Oh, what you gonna do? Oh, what you gonna, getting damage in there. Getting some damage in there. Then you have your 3s. These are a little slower. 16 is the longest one. And that's a good mid. It's not super fast, but this is one of his best starters right here. That back 3. Forward 3, it comes out to high, so it's not that big of a deal. And the down 3, only 10 damage, which makes up for the fact that it's 9 frames. And it's a low, so it's only 10 damage. You get poked by that, you're not really worrying too much about anything. Then we go to the foes. You got your back, forward, down. Keep in mind that forward is the armor break move, which I love. So this is your back, your sweep. There's your down. Nice little drop kick. Which is much like this kick here. Like I said, it feels like they kind of got lazy with that. They just use that animation a lot. And then this is your big daddy, your forward 4. I say that is the big daddy because as you can see, that is an overhead. And if I remember correctly, other than the uppercut, it's the only one with the crushing blow. Yes. And much like one of Sub-Zero's crushing blows, it's just do it twice. Oh, over your guts. See the fly away. Now what I really like about it is you can throw it at the end of some things. So I can throw it here. I messed that up. It would have still worked right there, but I want you to see. Throw it there, come back, and then get it from there. A lot of people are just waiting on you to do it raw, but since you put it at the end of a combo, you can come in and catch them unwary. Which could be a total of, see, that's 162, that's 260, so you're looking at about 420 damage. No bar. No bar. Or even, let's do this one. No, you can't do it that way. This is the only one that works because it's got the pop up. That makes sense. So those are his basic moves. We have his combo attacks, some of which I love, some of which I do not. Starting with tag moves, hold to clear all. Let's do that. How many can I tag? That many. Alright, so this is the Mad Minute Code of Honor. Mad Minute, 48.5 is your starter. Combo cancelable, or special move cancelable, so you can do stuff and things with it. That's a lot of unified damage. 111. 111. Yeah, unified damage there. Finish it up with a nice little jab mid, so you get high mid. It knocks them up, but not enough to really do anything. Then you're gonna go with your back one combo. And what I like about this is, it's double overhead. So if they're crouch blocking a lot, because that second hit is actually pretty fast. So it's gonna behoove you to block high against Rambo. And of course, special cancelable. So you got action there. And you got the forward one into first blood and the last one, first blood. And of course, this is one you want to rock the whole way out. I mean, you can do this and get your combo there, but it's better to rock the whole way out because now you suddenly have combo options. That's right. Let me do this. I can't hit anything. Yeah, I messed that one up too. Either way, here we go, this works. That's going to be your combo. If you can get that forward one to work, that's going to be your best. Mission accomplished, and I die for it. I don't like all that much. Starts with a high mid, mid. And now a great deal of damage. You do get some nice pushback, so depending on what variation you have, that might be good. If you want to kind of pepper them with stuff. But just the move itself, I'm not super enamored with. Day by day into no more POWs or Diddy bopping. Here's your day by day. Of course, special move cancelable. Then we have, is it circle and square? Okay. That looks nice. Oh, you can. So let me see if I can. That's cool. So you can special cancel that. I didn't think you could because I thought the drop was too low. I kept trying to do a combo afterwards, but the drop is a little too low. But you can add special moves at the end of the entire combo for a little extra damage. 60 extra damage is not bad. It'd be better if you could do the slides into it. I bet you can in the corner. I bet you, by golly, wow. Let's see if that's the case. No, not in the corner. Which is probably good because, Lord have mercy, that would be great. Can I... Oh, woo! That makes that dangerous. Almost 300 damage off that. If you do the Diddy bopping, you just get the overhead. Mid, overhead. Which ain't bad. And you get the space if you want to start throwing out the traps again. Next, you're gonna have the civilian life into blood trail into or most Ricky tick. That's the and it's mid overhead or oops into this nice little kick here. Mid overhead is probably your best. It's the one I get to hit so far more than anything. Because people will crouch block. This is the character. If you have somebody who fights like this the whole time, particularly if you have them scared of your projectiles and they just kind of resorted to blocking low, you got all kind of options. Which makes one of his variations actually really good because you've trained it with this. You've trained them to look for the mids and the overheads, and he has one that allows him to do a lot of lows. Slide on this. So you still get that, but I can, and you have to make a decision. Is he going for the fast overhead, or is he trying to set up for the low? Which they have to kind of, if I have the slide available, they have to be careful for the slide because 3 of those, well, we'll get to that in a minute. Last but not least is the Deadly Boondocks. Deadly Boondocks is my favorite little thing he's got because it is combo cancelable and it is pretty good range and fast. So from, let's say here, yeah. So from about a step from the start, and maybe a step and a half. And because special cancelable, we put there, it can be used to join other combos. I like it. That's going to be a big one. His standard special moves are going to be the hunting bow, which I like and don't like. On the one hand, it is nice because you can shoot your little bow and arrow here. It's 80, it's high. You don't have to burn meter. There is no amplify for this, but you can shoot more than one projectile if you time it right. So if I just mash on it, I can get it. If I mistime it, wait. I don't get it. So you have to kind of put a little effort into it. But, you can get 3 for up to 140 damage off that. And those do combo. But you do have to keep that in mind in a lag type environment. Problem is, it's really slow to come out. So, you're not going to be able to put it into a lot of combos. You know what I mean? So it's nice, but you're probably not going to be able to get a combo out of it. Let's get one. Not bad. But if you are playing a projectile game, you can hold it, and they have to kind of guess how many you're going to shoot. You can also hold it and cancel out of it. And this is one of the rare cancel moves that does not require you to burn any meter, be it offensive or defensive. So you can present with it, hop out, and go into a move. But not super fast, so don't do it too often. Just something to keep in mind. Next will be the Savage Slide, which I love. Reminds me a lot of Sub-Zero Slide, the way Sub-Zero Slide I think should be. Sub-Zero Slide can hit you from here, Rambo cannot. Still can. That was good about it. Also, like Sub-Zero Slide, it has Crushing Blow. It's going to require you to get 2 Crushing Blows, or 2 Amplifies. Oh, what you want? What you want? Huh? And then once you do, you can amplify for 360 damage, 347. 347 damage off of this nice little slide there. As long as you got the meter. It'll be on the 3rd one, if I remember correctly. Yeah. And you can roll. What is that? Oh, you can run a little bit more. Oh, so he can reach from far distance. Can he do full screen? No. But he can dash in and do that. Yeah, he got some stuff to work with. Alright. Alright, Rambo, I see you. Or he can roll backwards to keep him out of trouble. Does that work on this too? Yep. You get to choose. Do I want to? Well, no. So you always roll backward with the amplified version. Without the amplified version, you can choose to stay in, or you can come in, do your damage, and get out. Again, that's going to be mostly variation specific. Finally, it's going to be the whip trap. Whip trap is not great, but it's pretty good. 70 damage off of one hit, and can be used near or far. It's actually a pretty good, if you can see that, it covers everything from about the front of Rambo to the other side of that projectile, or that projector right there. This one right here. That's actually a pretty good spot of area that's covered. And you can put it out there and make them worry about where you're going to put it, which is great. And that'll be about it for his basics. What I've found as far as his basics, try to string together, if possible, try to hit forward one. But Rambo is honestly just going to be a pressure machine. And the reason I say that is because almost all of his attacks are mid. Dash in. And because almost all of his attacks are mid, that means you have to block them. Almost, and you're going to have to deal with it. You're going to have to deal with whatever he's got to bring. Because most of his punches, I mean, pretty much all of his punches are either high or overhead. Or not high, mid or overhead. So you're going to have to pay attention to what he's doing. To be honest, I don't see why you would ever start with 2. Because just standing 2, that's not really all that great. It's a 58 damage combo starter, standing 2. My favorite combo starters are going to be, for damage, are going to be forward 2. Because forward 2, 1 gives you 97.5, and back 3 also gives you 97.5. I also like forward 1, 2, or forward 1, 2, 2, because it gives you that option for more damage. Homie! No, it's not that one. No, it's not that one. No, it's not that one. Not that one either. I gotta remember which one it is. I've already forgotten. There it goes. So you can go 1, 2, 2 into 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1. 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1. And because of the way it works, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, slide into extra damage. That's just so strong. That's actually pretty darn strong. And it starts with mids. So they're gonna have to block you the whole way through. He's a mid machine, man. And an overhead machine, so be wary of Rambo when he's coming. Now, give me 1 second and I will give you the rundown on, I think the way I'm gonna do this is go variation 1, like tournament variation 1, and then we'll back up and do tournament variation 2 and tournament variation 3, and then I'll present to you kind of like what I've got going before right now. That's the best way I can think to do it right now, so stay tuned. Alright guys, so I'm going to be honest with you. I messed up. I'm sorry, I messed up. I forgot to show you 2 things that should have been in the bare bones variation. Number 1 is the back throw. Boom! And number 2 is the forward throw. Back throw is nice. And it does have this nice little air thing, but you cannot capitalize on that. You can't catch up to it, which is good because then Rambo would have a very OP back throw. Forward throw is nice. You get this, but if you have not been knocked down and you do not jump within 10 seconds, you are able to get a crushing blow, which lets you get a combo in. Now I messed up the combo, but as you see, it is fruitful. So those are two things to keep in mind as far as the throws. So now we're going to talk about the first of the variations, and this is First Blood. Now what First Blood does, it grants you these moves, the snare trap, as well as the leopard crawl. So you can still get the little leg thing here, but you also get the snare trap, which is one of my favorite moves, even though it may not be one of the most effective. Snare trap! The low that hits a full screen, kind of like Spawn's chain, and knocks you down there. Now, it can be amplified, and it hangs you up for a while. Now, from long range, there ain't a lot you can do with it. You can do some stuff with it. Or not long range, from full screen. Actually, I guess you can. Oh, wow, really? I have to figure that out. But I think I've checked. Hang on, let me try this right quick. I'm not gonna be able to do it. Too many eyes on me. Okay. Also, instead of the slide, you now get the prone. Nothing is over. The prone is a stance that allows you to do a couple things. Number one is the low punch. Punch, punch, punch. It's a pretty good attack, hits low. Only does like, what, 60 damage? 30 damage. Yeah, 60 would be a lot. 30 damage. And keeps you on the ground. Number two is a little grab. Also, does not hit as a high or a low or a mid. It is actually a throw, which is important. Because they can't block that. If you see them blocking, like if they're scared you're going to do this to continue your combo, you can catch them with this. It causes all kinds of damage. Number three is a parry. And let's let Liu Kang... AI options. Record. Stop recording. Oops. Oh, they're all highs. Of course I did all highs. I'm hitting everything but what I need to. Let's do... Is that a mid? That works. There it goes. So it's basically the same, not basically, it's the exact same animation as the throw. Dang it. I'm always out of range. There it goes. So it's basically the same animation as a throw. Both of these have crushing blows if you crawl a long distance. Nope. Yeah. If you crawl a long distance, you get these options. A long distance, I don't. Let's see if we can't. I mean, we're here, right? Right? We're here. Let's see how far a long distance counts. So let's try one. One crawl is usually 2 actual actions here. So 1, 2. 1, 2. That's not enough. So you're probably gonna need 3. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. No. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Yeah, so it's a pretty good distance to crawl to get that. But I'm sure that can be... Yeah. So that can be interrupted. And that's fair. So that's a pretty good thing. Now, you can stay down, or let's see. The grab, as well as the parry, make you stand up. But if you hold down while doing them, you stay down. Or you go back down. If you press 4, which is your circle, you just stand up. It is important also to note that while you are down on the ground doing this crawl, you cannot go backwards. You can only go forward or do one of the moves. The fatal blow that comes with it is a nice little chunk of damage, but you can't get anything off of it. 260 damage for that. It's okay. Not great though. It is good to note that what I have been able to figure out is you can actually combo this. Let's do... Wait. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 1. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 1. What am I doing wrong? Oh, okay. I know what I'm doing. Let's just do this. No, it's 2, 2. Yeah. So... Sorry, I'm trying to figure this out on the fly. Did it again. I can't get to work now. But you can get the grab to go pretty good, so... Before I make a total fool of myself. I'm still going to, apparently. I'm going to. I'm not going to get this to work right now. See if I can get it out. There we go. So you can do the little reach stab. And with that one reach, you can crawl in to do another one, and then crawl in to get your crushing blow. I didn't do the crushing blow that time, but you get the point. There is a combo with that, though. And now I want to do it because I know I can. But I don't think it's going to work right now. I'm going to try this one more time, and if not, we're just going to move on. Yeah, I'm going to mess it up. Oh, I did the wrong one. This is why I don't... Oh, this works, though. This works. That's right. I can do it that way. And even that's not working now. You're making me look like a fool. There it goes. All that for nothing. But as you see, that's a good, like, 200 something damage. You can do this. Oh. Let's go. Or... Come on, JP. I really want this because I know it's possible. That's fine. We can do that. Now that's 204 damage meterless, and it's honestly not that hard. I just suck right now. 1, 2, 3, 1. Dang it. 1, 2, 3, 1. There we go. That's a quick 204 damage with no meter. No meter. That's good to know. And again, you can also start your setup. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Getting close. And potentially get that going. Or if you think your opponent's going to wake up. That's actually something I didn't think about before. Or... Wait. And if he's going to wake up, you can get the counter in and get that going. So this is a nice little stance you can use to do multiple things. Unfortunately, that's pretty much all you can do with these two, this particular variation. You get your whip trap, you get your hunting bow, so you can still get your projectile and play around with that. You know, dadgummit. 1, 2, I can't do this. 1. not gonna get 3. 1, 2, 1, 1. I'm mash it out then. Fine, I'll mash it out. So you do get that, and you do get your whip trap, which is probably one of your best moves. Even though it hits mid, it's pretty quick, and it can be anywhere on the screen. So it's honestly a pretty good counter zoning tool. When you have, say, you're fighting a Jade, and she's throwing the little things up in the air. You know how it whips around her all the time? Boom. And then she's not paying attention. Catch her by the feet. Catch her by the feet. And crawl in on her. So that's kind of the thing you can do. I'm messing up combos, and it's starting to frustrate me. Homie! Harry! So you get some work in that way. But that is the first blood variation, and what it brings. Instead of saying the first blood variation, I want to say that is what you're able to get with the snare trap and the leopard crawl. Because now that you can pick what you want in your variation, those are things you can think about in those. And all the things that I'm showing you with these connect through are standard standard Rambo things. So whether or not you like it, yeah, you can't this doesn't combo off of everything. It combos off of most things, but not everything you want to use it for. See? So you kind of have to play around with it. I know you can do it off back 1, 2. Both of the backs work. Or all 3 of the back works. Back 1, 2 works. Back 2, 2? Yeah. Back 2 works. That works. And back 3, 3 works. Oops. So that works. I think this works on everything. Yeah. Just a very basic thing. And if they're blocking this, or if they're blocking this or something, you can always get a throw in. You got options, man. It's a pretty good mix-up kind of thing. Look at that hair, and look at how that... It's like the headband is always stuck in the air. Sorry, I'm easily entertained right now. But that is the variation number 1 and those particular 2 special moves. We're going to take a look next at the Outlaw variation and get that minigun going. This is the Tournament 2 variation, but again, who cares what the tournament variations are at this point? So the moves you need to know from this one will be the M16 gun, not the M16, what is it? M60 gun. Pop it up and put that lead through them. Full screen projectile. It's 26 frames of startup, I think. 43, sorry. When you amplify it, it actually has a faster startup. That's the 26, and it has better block advantage. Your frame advantage is a lot better when you amplify it. So instead of this, you get this. Now I may be doing this incorrectly. 24 hits for 144 damage. I don't think you can combo the end of this. I used to think you could, but I'm starting to think you can't now. Whatever I saw that I thought you could, I don't think you can anymore. But it is a jump in kind of terror, because anytime they jump in, you're covering the full screen. And if you get this about mid-arc, you're covering the full screen, they're jumping into it, and they're taking damage. May not be the full 144, but it hits them and it's pushing them back, which allows you to utilize some of your other tools, like the Claymore. Claymore is an interesting tool. It sits there, it'll beep for 10 seconds, and then it'll explode. If somebody steps in if somebody's within the proximity, it will also explode. So, whoops, didn't mean to do that. So, put Liu Kang near it, let it arm itself, boom, unblockable damage, and because it has a pop-up, you get your damage. Let's do this. Something simple. Got some of that there. In addition to the pop-up, you can spin the MAR to make sure he can't see it. So if he tries to approach, he has to watch out because the Claymore is still there and armed and can still explode. Now, the thing about the Claymore is this. It is equal opportunity. You can hurt your... I'm hoping that we get something like Mike Ross had in that tournament in UNBC 3, where the guy accidentally Deadpooled himself to death. That was great for me. But because it can hit you, you have to be careful that where you have it placed, particularly at the end of a match. Even if you can't see it, it is still lethal to you. So be careful for that. So you have the M16, you have the Claymore, you also get the Mace Trap. Oh, I'm sorry, you get to keep your slide, by the way. So that's good because you get to keep a special move with a crushing whatever. Now, you get the Mace Trap. It is, instead of the foot sweep trap thingy, it can hit full screen. You kind of move it that way. So they have to deal with it. Now, if you hit it 3 times in a row, and then amplify it, or I'm sorry, if you hit it twice in a row, and on the 3rd time if it's amplified, so let's just do 2 very quick. 2, you get this crushing blow. It does some pretty good damage, but that's about it. You can combo into the first one, but then the next ones have to be uncomboed to get that extra damage. It's not bad, it's a pretty good thing. This is probably my least favorite variation, but you do have some nice setup options to kind of keep your opponent. So, say you do this, and now I'm ready. Or you can get a combo going, push your opponent back, and now make him guess where he's going. Can I walk him over to it? Yes, I can. So yeah, you get all kinds of options you can do, a lot of setups you can make and that kind of thing. I still don't like this variation all that much, but I'm betting somebody, like, take Sonic Fox, who can turn a turd into something good. You can make some good stuff out of it. And then I can push. I'm still good. So that's pretty cool. That'll catch him on roll, probably. Yeah, that's probably really good. Can I do that right quick? Practice option. Well, he might roll into me. AI option. Get up mode on. Let's do forward roll. So we're gonna go this. Pops him right into it. You gotta be careful though. Back up. I wonder what the difference is. So you can get some nice little work for that person who likes to roll too much. Try something right quick. Oh, I didn't get the whole thing. Drop that. Pretty sick. So, you know, you have options like that you can work with, different types of trickery and traps and all that kind of stuff. Good to know that you have these options available. So next, we're going to take a look at variation number 3, which I like a little bit more, and that is Drifter. It's going to give us something a little bit extra to add on to this Rambo pie. We'll get that in one. Okay, so after that brief break, we are back with the 3rd and final Kombat League variation. Excuse me. That is going to be this Drifter. What Drifter adds... Oh, excuse me. Ooh, gassy. You're going to get straight to... No, I'm sorry. You're going to get Fubar, which is an amazing move. You're going to get Shoulder Roll, which is an okay move. And that's it. So, you get to keep your Whip Trap, but you do lose your slide, which, as I've told you, I really like the slide. So, Fubar. Actually, we're going to start... No, we'll start with Fubar. Fubar is a command grab. It can be amplified and deal more damage, but it's a command grab. So what you get is this. Oh, you get one more thing too. I'll get to that in a sec. Get dumped. Dumped on your head, homie. If you want some extra damage, what that is 130, 190. That's 90. If you want some extra damage, 150 there. This is good because you can keep people in the cipher. Make them wonder what you're gonna do. I can't. And then catch them off that. You also get this nice little roll. Roll it, pony. That allows you to dash forward and hit your opponent. You can't shorten it. You can't elongate it. That comes in handy. Now from about this distance, you go to the other side. But again, the other side mix-ups are not quite as cool with Mortal Kombat. Because the block button covers all that. Like there's stuff you can do, but the block button covers all that. Now, it does not hit full screen unless you elongate it. And suddenly you hit full screen. Woohoo! So again, the Jade example where she throws little things up in the air, the little kunai or whatever in the air. Bow. And that would be great because say you have a Johnny Cage, right? And as Johnny Cage, he wants to keep you out. Oh, we force balling it. Force balling it. What you gonna do? Force balling it. Force balling it. What you're able to do is reach him from here. And the cool thing is, if you hit with this, there's actually a crushing blow if it counters. Gotta get the counter part right. That's not gonna be it. Hang on. No, I gotta do. There we go. And the counter allows you to get a full combo and you can go from there. Good to know, right? So again, on counter, full combo, going crazy with that. It is good to note, I can't do it with this. I had it with the Liu Kang. I went and changed some other stuff too to get some other stuff that I'll show you in a second. It is important to note that the it does not go through low projectiles in the least. You get that nice little crushing blow, but if it's a low projectile, that will eat you alive, just like everything else. Sorry. In addition, you also get my favorite thing with this variation, and that is, I'm a big fan of combo extensions, and this gives you combo extensions, which is a throw on the end of 3 different moves. So one is just the standard 1-2. You add a throw at the end, and you dump them down. It's not much damage-wise. That's how much you'd get. You get 111 that way if you just did the combo. If you get the throw in, it's 125. But now you do wake up, and they got stuff to look at. You can also do it on forward 1, which is your awesome font. You can do this now. Ooh, maybe you can't. Yeah, maybe you can't. But you do get this, which is basically the same thing, just a back throw. And a little less damage, but a back throw nonetheless. Because now you can play with positioning with it. And then you get my favorite off these 2, off the back 3. Just get 1 back 3 kick in the throw. That does the most damage. That also goes into a brutality, which I love, but that's what you're looking for. I like these because they make things far more lethal. So before that was, let's say we do this. Whoops. Dadgummit. That's 216. That's at 212. Also keeps the opponent standing. Whoops. Because the opponent's standing, you can come in or catch him with this, whichever. The roll can be canceled, by the way, for 1 defensive bar. So if you know you're going to do it, you can... Whoops. Roll through them, get close to him, particularly from full screen. And all of a sudden you're in range to do some damage. I'm trying to do the throw, but I guess my fingers are tired right now. But there you go. Options! This is my second favorite variation, I think. I really like Snare Trap. I think what I'm ultimately going to end up doing is having this combo extension with the Snare Trap. So I can do something like... oops. Into Snare Trap, or... Oh, I'm sorry. Into Snare Trap, jump, hit him, and then catch him with this. Or maybe even catch him with this. Maybe put him in the corner, or this and put him closer to the corner. Not much, but a little closer. Make him worry about it. So that is the Drifter variation. I like that. And because I've been here long enough, we're not going to skip it out. We're just going to go to these other two moves. There are two more moves that you can do with Rambo that you can add to the mix. One of which is interesting. The other one is stupid and I hate it. We'll start with the stupid one. Stupid one is this artillery strike. Looks neat, right? 60 damage. But as you see, you have to be pretty doggone close or it'll miss. Now you can move it. Look how close that is. Still miss. Take a step forward. Still a miss. Now you can make it go further. You can make it go closer. But you have to be very on the point with that. And there's no amplification with it. And because it's so slow, your opponent will recover in plenty of time to deal with it. And you can do it as setup, I guess. So let's do this. Or something like that, but I don't like it. Plus, I don't think you can get much combo after it. This is not my favorite move here. Look at that. Yeah, you basically have to time that perfectly. I'm not a fan of it. And it's only 60 damage. It's just not for me. For as much work as you have to put in. The interesting thing is the MRE, which meal ready to eat, or yeah, I think that's what it is. Which is down back one, and a bug comes out and you eat it. 60 health. 40 health, 20 health, 10 health, 10 health. Now, after one more of 10 health, he'll vomit. Or, oh, I'm sorry, two more. And the next one he gets is going to be a total of 230. I'm sorry, you get a crushing blow, you get 230. If he's already vomited. This also works in an instance where your fatal blow is on cooldown. So fatal blow on cooldown. Oh no, I missed it. Where is it? Oh, I've already done it, sorry. So fatal blow on cooldown. Yoom. All of a sudden I'm at 230 health. So, it's a neat little thing to have in your pocket. I don't think it's all that important. I personally would say, if you're going to play with Rambo, I would suggest that you take a look at the snare variation with the snare. Problem is, the snare does take up 2 slots, so you do have to. It does limit what you're able to do with it. I would say snare. I would want to keep the slide because that is one of your crushing blows. It's not, mega damage, but it's some pretty good damage for a crushing blow. Artillery strike, I'd say nix that until they have something different with it, until they increase the hitbox or something like that. Claymore is pretty good. I wouldn't necessarily go with it, but I see where you might. Hidden M60, only problem with that is you can't really get a good combo off of it. You may be able to do something with snare trap or Claymore, but I don't know if it's going to be worth it with the amount of damage it does. It's 15% damage added to it, so maybe. Well, 15% if you do, what you call it? What's the word I'm looking for? EX it. It's not really EX, but yeah. Snare Trap is good. I like it. Leopard Crawl also good, and Foobar good. I think either of these three in your game will make you good. Or not make you good, but give you a good fighting chance. Snare Trap because of the combo potential, but you do have to remember if you're going with Snare Trap for combo, or not just the combo potential, but it's a low projectile. But if you're going Snare Trap for combo potential, you have to remember it will leave them in the air, which means they can spin out of it. But if they do that, you can absolutely just do the little drop kick and get your fatal blow out the way and go from there. Foobar is good just because it's a command throw. Command throws are always good. It's good to make your opponent think of one more thing. Particularly one that can be amplified and can be brutality. Leopard Crawl is good because it adds this nice little it does take away your slide, but it does add a low and a throw option, so your opponent can't just block low on it. They may have to actually move out of the way or try to jump or something like that. Maybe hop attack to get out of the way of it, because they won't really know if you're gonna attack or go with an attack or a throw. And if they just think they're going to try to spam out of it, you can counter it. So it has a lot of options that are really good. But you don't get the slide and you don't get the shoulder roll and all that kind of stuff. So you have to understand what you're getting out of that. Shoulder roll is okay. It's got a pretty good time on it. Good timing on it. The best part about shoulder roll is the crushing blow, but you only get that once. It's not massive damage, but it does lead to a combo. You can get some good work out of that. MRE is fine, but you never really want to be in a situation where you're going to have to rely on health increases anyway, either way. So, and it's kind of diminishing returns. 60, 40, 20 is 120. And I think 3 or 4 10s. So you're looking at maybe 160 plus a 230 at the end. So about 390, something like that. About 400 health, somewhere around there. And then you can keep going, but often you're not going to have time to do all that stabbing and eating and stuff like that. You might use the 60 and the 40, but it probably won't behoove you to use much else after that, unless you have the crushing blow ready. Mace Trap is also very good. I am a big fan of the Whip Trap, but Mace Trap does hit full screen with very little change, and unlike Whip Trap, does have a fatal blow. And Mace Trap, the biggest difference is Mace Trap will push them further away. So if you're trying to play a zoning style game, Mace Trap may be the better thing to go with. Whip Trap is fine, but it does not have the crushing blow option that Mace Trap does. Even though Mace Trap's crushing blow option is pretty stupid and you probably won't get it, it's there. So Commando is amazing, and I love it just because I like to be able to add things to my combos. Not to mention, it doesn't take that much planning at all to allow you to decide whether or not you want to push your opponent forward, put them behind you. There's all kind of options you can make it work with that. So I'm a big fan of Commando. That is how I would say to do it. I'd say get rid of Artillery Strike. You're probably not going to need that much, unless you see somebody who knows what they're doing. If somebody knows what they're doing and they make this good, that's fine. I think it's kind of a trash ability. I would skip Artillery Strike. I would probably skip Claymore in your custom variation, just because some of the other ones have so much more they can do with it. I would probably skip hitting M60. It's good for your opponent jumping in, but other than that, you're pretty much not getting that much from it. And it's also good for keep away. So if you're making a keep away style thing, maybe these three might actually be exactly what you need. Have a Claymore, and then throw Artillery Strikes out. That might be a good thing. And if they try to get in close, you can do the hidden M60 to push them backwards. Maybe push them backwards into a Claymore, and once that pushes them all the way back, you can start throwing out strikes. But as you've seen, the Artillery Strike requires you to be pretty spot on with your placement of that flare, and that means your opponent does not have to block it, and you won't be getting chip damage quite as much in that type of thing. Leopard Crawl, Snare Trap, Foobar, Commando, and Mace Trap. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those would be my go-tos. I would say try to work with those 5 and work around them. Snare Trap takes up 2. So if you don't use Snare Trap, you may be... In fact, is that the only thing? That's the only Rambo move that takes 2. So I'd say if you leave out Snare Trap, you can work with 3 of those, figure out how you want to work it. You may even try to throw an MRE in there, like with Mace Trap and Commando. So that way that keeps your range going pretty well, and this right here keeps your gives you some options when they're in close, and then you can get your little health from the way. You have options. There are things you can do. But that is Mr. John Rambo. Thank you for sitting with me for this time. I'll have more coming up. I think next I'm gonna do Melina, and we'll end it up with Ray. So, we'll go from there. If you have any questions or anything like that for Rambo, or if you have some tips to make him better, give me a call. Not give me a call. Put a message on there, and I will get back with you. We'll see what we can do to make this a more viable character. There should be more ranked matches coming with him, especially when Combat League opens up. But until then, I will always be here to kind of test him around and see what we got. Thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe. We will catch you guys next time. Peace out.